Hello everyone, and welcome to Jumperman Tech, where we specialize in HVAC but do everything DIY. And today I'm going to show you how to get power from any HVAC unit. There's no power on the roof. Thank you to everyone tuning into Jumperman Tech. So you look for power everywhere on this roof and you can't find one, and you don't have an extension cord long enough. Then you happen to find one of these, but you're out of luck. I want to show you how to steal power from the unit. Typically, I would cut up an extension cord on the female side, and I would have these little alligator clips where I can open up my disconnect and just clip one side to power and then ground the other wire, and I would have 120. My alligator clips broke off, and honestly not everybody has that. I'm going to show you something that almost everybody has in their truck. Maybe a partial extension cord and some wire. This is a solderless fork connector. Not exactly needed, but it makes things easier, and I'll show you exactly how. Before starting, it's important to understand what we're doing, so let's go over a couple basics. Just set my meter to volts AC. We have 3 wires. This is 3 phases, 208 volts. So between any two, we have 208 volts. You see 205, it's the same thing. Between any two, 208. But between any leg to ground, it's a bad ground. Let's see, maybe here, you see we have 120 volts. You might need power to recover refrigerant. In my case, I need to evacuate as all the refrigerant leaked out of this system. I'm about to replace this coil here. As you can see, it's already out, so all the refrigerant's gone. This is where it broke off. I'm going to be installing this, but I need to set up power from my vacuum pump, and I can't find any. And I'm not running 3,000 feet of extension cord, of which I don't have, to a source that is unknown. So any one of these legs to ground is 120 volts, right? So we could do this live here, but I really wouldn't advise that. So my disconnect is off. Let's come here to see where the power comes in. Right here, follow these lines. Here is my power. So on a typical extension cord, black is your hot line, white is your neutral, green is your ground. So we're gonna put our black wire on any one of these 3 terminals. It's gonna be 120 volts, and to complete the circuit, we're gonna take the white wire and ground it to metal. We can ground it there or anywhere where we can. Before starting this, make sure there's actually no power there. So let's go from there to ground. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So we're safe to operate. Even though the thermostat is off, there's people in this building and people love to play around with things. So the way I'm doing it, I'm gonna disconnect these 3 wires. So when we turn the power on, we're gonna have our, our power on our cord, but nothing's gonna start here. I took a picture of the order so we know which way to put it back, because if you cross any 2 of these wires off, your motors are gonna start spinning backwards with 3-phase. So let's start taking these off. So we can choose any of these phases. I'm gonna go with this one. So I'm gonna put the black wire to any phase. Right? Just cap it off. Next, you're gonna take your white wire and ground it to metal. We can ground it to that screw right there, as that's a grounding log where this green wire is. Alright, so you can see right there, I just grounded the white wire to metal where there's a ground, but really you could put it to any piece of metal. The black wire we put to one phase, and then the other two I capped off, so when I turn the power on, I'm not gonna short anything out. Like this, even though we turn the disconnect on, we're not gonna send any power to the unit, and we're gonna be able to use this plug. Now there's gonna be 120 volts when I turn this disconnect back on. All right, so I got my leads into this plug. As you can see, we have our 120 volts. And now we have power from this unit. We can turn on this pump, charge our cell phones, whatever you would like to do, you can get it done. So I just finished replacing that coil. Now it's time to put this system in a vacuum. As you can see, my pump is plugged into here, and that's the setup I have. Let's flip this switch. And that's how it's done. If anybody found this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you all next time.